I have been reflecting on the response to the psalm. How sweet to my taste is your promise. You know, when it comes to taste, it is quite relative. I may love less sugar. Somebody would want more sugar. Somebody will want food spicy. Others will not. Somebody may want more salt. I mean, we have various means of, expressing our taste. But the response says, how sweet to my taste is your promise. The promise of God to us is so sweet to our individual taste. I've been thinking. But then the Lord speaks to me and says, but as a child of God, what is your taste? As a child of God, what is your taste when it comes to life itself? If the bedrock of your life is centered on God, even your taste, the kind of things you want, are directed by his decrees, are directed by his promises. And that is why it says in the psalm that your decrees are my inheritance forever. The joy of my heart they are. The decrees of the Lord are our inheritance. And if that is our inheritance, then even what indeed we like, our taste, our ability, what we look at, what we think of, whatever we are directed by the precepts of God. You are totally controlled by the power of God. You are not controlled by God for 2 minutes or for mass hours, and after mass you revert to your old self. And because God is your portion, your taste even for the things of this world are directed by his decrees, because that is your inheritance forever. Can we say that our individual tastes, the way we perceive the things of this world, are controlled by the decrees of God? Think about it. And when I talk about taste, it's not just food. No. It goes beyond, forget about food, to the things that we seek. Where your heart is, there your what? Your treasure. What are the things you crave for? You crave. Is it power? Is it arrogance? Is it pride? What are you craving for? What gives you taste? What gives you so much? What is it? Would your taste lead you to sin because of what you crave for? Will you sin? Will you cheat in your marriage because of your taste? Have you allowed your taste to be under the decrees of God, or your taste is controlled by the decrees of the devil? Ask yourself. I'm asking myself, how is my taste? Have I allowed my taste to be under the domain of God? The last point for this morning, which I want to share with you, is this. From the gospel. Sometimes in saving the stray sheep, it is not easy. Because here the sheep, when the shepherd sees the sheep, it follows the shepherd. It allows itself to be taken by the shepherd. The danger is when out of the 100 you stray, and the shepherd is still looking for you, and after he has found you and wants to bring you back to the 99 to make it 100, you refuse. And that is my problem. You refuse. You make up your mind not to join the 99. We forget about that. Sure, this parable talks about the sheep or the lamb that will come back to join the others. What about those who have made up their mind? You are so controversial in this life. If your wife is trying her best, your husband is trying his best, your colleagues at the office are trying to do everything to accommodate you, to bring you back to Christ. You are so stubborn, you are so proud, you have made up your mind not to be saved. My dear sister, my dear brother, my dear parent, let us check that. Sometimes somebody is going, you are even giving the person signals, you are doing everything. You presume that the person should have the capacity to think. The person is refusing to think. And the person may even be older than you. But pride. The person may have even had better experiences than you in life, but cannot learn from the experiences he or she has had. Yes. So yes, the Lord says yes, the Lord is merciful. But if you refuse to follow the shepherd to the flock, what can he do? You are not a robot. You were created in the image and the likeness of God. You have freedom. But if you choose not to use your freedom well for the good of the society, for the good of humanity, what is it then? What is it then? If you are so egoistic, you are straying away because you think only about yourself. Yes. Whatever you have, it's for yourself. Everything is about you. You don't like this, you complain about everything. Leave the world and go and stay somewhere else. And to the point that even when people are trying to accommodate you, you don't get it. You cannot humble yourself like the little child, and you pretend, but you are not humble. You have not made up your mind to change. Others may not report. You may have reported others. Others will not report you, because they hope that as you are straying and as they give you the signals, you will come back to the fold. But as I say all the time, be careful, because a time may come, if the sheep refuse to follow the shepherd, you refuse even to be carried, the wolf will consume you.